Okay, we got Sedgehun sticking with Zawan in the teal versus Dinferno, who's decided to bring out the Emeric. And this is going to be interesting because we have seen Emeric put in some serious work on this map. And I don't know if there was a knowledge gap here where Sedgehun might not have known that Emeric is incredibly strong in open season. Potentially one of the strongest commanders, and also a very good matchup for Zawan on this map. But Sedgehun is also just a very good player, so we could see Sedgehun figure out some anti-Emeric stuff. We could see maybe Dinferno just doesn't execute it quite as well as like Psychoia did, is I think the famous match on this map for this tournament. Okay, and yeah, we're just gonna see, you know, pretty standard opening. Gonna knock this village down. Ooh, we're gonna see the capture over here. And is Sedgehun gonna be aggressive? Are they gonna punish this sword? Because you do have a couple options here. You can, with the sword in this position, you can attack it with both swords. Or you can just go for capturing on the village on this side, so the sword doesn't die, and that's what Sedgehun's gonna do. They're gonna be a bit more passive. Dinferno also has this option. So are they going to be the one who is aggressive here? You can see the capture on this village. Oh, Sedgehun's actually just gonna... Or Dinferno, sorry, is going to be aggressive and knock down this village here. Makes sense, you can kind of walk back after. You just want to build groove on Emeric until you can put the crystal in a good place. And there we go, Dinferno is going to pick off the enemy sword. That does mean one of these swords is forfeit in return. Most likely the full health one. There we go. It's gonna fall just now, but I'm gonna slow things down on this right hand side. Sedgehun doesn't actually have anything really to capture. Built a knight over here, so gonna slow things down a bit, and ooh, we're gonna see this sword go down. Emeric has to walk all the way back, but that's okay because yeah, that lines up a nice sword crit. And Emeric, I think, just wants to get 200, and then we're going to see rifle, we're going to see archers. And Dinferno are not building the archers just yet, they're going to build some anti-air, because, you know, Harpy is out. Harpy, yeah, just going to be an annoying threat here, and oh, yeah, Mage's going to walk forward. Sedgehun, yeah, they got a good plan. Get something a bit faster to capture this village over here. And support their commander. And Dinferno, what are they going to do? They're just going to be annoying themselves. Ooh. Be a nice little chip damage on the enemy commander. Yeah, you can go for that. Going to back up as well. Do not want to let Zawan pressure their stronghold too much. And he's only got tier 1, so Emeric's actually doing really well as far as like the building groove game. Are we going to see anything in particular here? No, just rifle moving very far forwards. Might see that cross sides as well, but yeah. At this point, Dinferno has to do something. Their aggression on the left-hand side has been pushed back a bit. They need to do something to generate a fight, because they need to build that last 45% groove. And oh, actually just going to be like, I'm going to throw a knight in your face. And it is actually going to work out quite well. Like Greenfinger, or sorry, Zawan has been chipped quite a bit, so maybe a nice little bit of extra groove, nice little bit of extra damage. And oh, Sedgehun, while all this is going on, has actually been pushing quite heavily across the map and is doing really well economy-wise. And Dinferno, oh, like they need to get to tier 2 because the weakness of this build, or say this play, is that if you just don't get tier 2, your opponent can kind of run over you. Getting yelled at by chat, but that's fine. Alright, Archer time. It's going to come out. It's going to be positioned rather aggressively. And Emeric, being aggressive himself, going to push up, but Sedgehun just has so much of the map. And I think this knight's going to go down as well. Yep. just like a nice little bit of shuffling here. And ooh, wow, while this is going on, Zawan getting pretty close to tier 2. And Dinferno has to do something. Just a little bit of chip damage here and there is not going to cut it. Like, obviously, you know, hitting your opponent's commander is quite nice. But we're on turn 9 now, and Emeric still does not have his groove. Yeah, second archer coming out. Sedgehun doing a very good job of just keeping Emeric in check, and just having more of the map overall. He has these 2 villages, and yeah, like looking over on this side, yeah, Sedgehun's got like both of these 2, so he's up 2 villages right now over his opponent, and he's been consistently up for quite a while. Dinferno has to do something. Nice chip damage on the golem. Oh, and now we're gonna see it. Oh wow, actually no, we're not. Emeric decides not to pop groove. And I don't know how I feel about that. He's not in the worst position ever, but I feel like he could be a bit safer. Okay, just more and more armies going to chunk around Emeric. We're not going to see any kind of vine action on him. Okay, we're going to see this first knight go down though. And that is... I didn't even see what got hit there. Alright, sword, yeah. And wild growth. And yeah, nice tier 2. That's going to do a big chunk of damage. And does Dinferno have what it takes to do a big counterattack this turn? Tier 2 groove is available. There are 2 archers, one of which might not be in range, but the other one probably will be. Right, this one here will be. And yeah, is this going to be the turn he pops groove? Nice knight crit. Getting some good follow up here. Dinferno, yeah, just like a nice little attack. They're going to go in pretty heavily, and oh, here we go. Elder Shield's coming out. Tier 2 crystal. Ooh, covers the aggressive units. And allows for that mage crit as well. And yeah, just a really nice hit on the enemy rifle. And yeah, just lots of stuff moving into crystal range. Ooh, leaving the stronghold a little bit open. But I don't know. Is Sedgehun going to be okay here? Ooh, vines are going to do a lot of damage. Left one gap open. Oh. And for as much as Emeric Crystal is going to really help against the vine damage, it's not going to, you know, negate it completely. And we're seeing, oh wow, just lots of damage coming in here. And yeah, this crystal is doing decent work, but a lot of this stuff took damage where it really didn't need to, and the archer's going to go down. Oh, that's the ranged unit. And this might just have been a bit too much of an overextension. Dinferno probably wanted to play a bit more of a passive game and just kind of slowly chip away, but Sedgehun is like an absolute pro at playing long, drawn out games where people are chipping away each other.
Lightning blast!
Okay. And Dinferno, they're doing what they can, but this crystal obviously not in the best position. And more stuff is just going to go down here, and oh, I think the crystal might actually go down, and there won't be a replacement one in time. So we're just going to see more and more units get thrown into the fray, and I think this might just be honestly the end. Like, yeah, RP goes up that far forward just to hit a sword. There's plenty of mages here to put work in, and so much vine. Even going to use the vine to chip. Oh, and kill the crystal. Oh, that's so brutal. And more stuff is just going to go down here. And yeah, I think Sedgehun is just very much in control of this game. Has been the whole time, really. And being really safe as well. And just was able to completely stall the left-hand side. Right hand side, they're able to do some nice work as well. And just get that econ lead, make sure Emeric can't do much. But he can't build for his tier 2. And just really excellent play here coming out from Sedgehun. And I'm sure someone can break this game down into the finer details exactly why things were not working out for Dinferno. Ooh, suicide's a unit. That's really not what you want to have happen when you're the slow on unit count, but I'm not going to walk forward to try and get killed. He's standing next to a river though with Commander. And oh well, I guess one unit's going to occupy the spot, but yeah, Emeric's potentially open on 4 sides. I think he's just dead this turn. Archer going to come and get this kill. Big Mage Heal comes in. More and more stuff's going to get cleaned up, and yeah, we're just going to see a Harpy crit? No, Mage crit from the mountain. And yeah, this is a very dead Emeric. 50% health, he's open on 3 sides. There's a whole bunch of units nearby, including Golem. And Dinferno put up a good fight, but just was denied on the tier 2 for quite some time. And oh, even just kills the Archer for good measure. He's just like, yeah, you wanted to go Archer?
Will claim you.
Go for it. And oh, we're just going to see even more vines come up and sword crit. Finishing it with style, throws up an extra groove, and yeah, Sedgehun just had a huge economic lead the whole game. Wasn't worried at all about the tier 2, just didn't allow the tier 2 to come out. And by the time Dinferno did put it out, it was just like not in an optimal place. He very much overextended, got punished for it. And Sedgehun just very calmly sat back and was like, I'm just gonna do my thing, play quickly. And time pressure was big on both sides, and Dinferno was playing on console as well, which is like another thing I think is worth noting. Playing quick on Switch is not easy. And keeping up with Sedgehun's pace, who was playing so fast, 14 turns and like 28 minutes done on the timer, which is actually like relatively slow for Sedgehun, but getting into that kind of later game with plenty of time left on the clock is not easy to do. So yeah, but well played. We're gonna see Sedgehun you know, do well, and they go through the next round. That's them into top 8. Dinferno falls. They are going to place 9th along with 3 other people in this event. The Sedgehun, they're going to go through and they are going to make it to top 8. So we're going to get to see more Sedgehun. I believe, who are they going to play against next? Spodius is their next opponent, so that'll be an interesting set. 2 long-standing members of the community. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be coming up soon.